Hello everyone, welcome to Web Technology Lab. So I am Professor Archana Priyadashini in the Department of ISC, Canara Engineering College. So in this video sessions, I will be giving a brief as well as a detailed discussion about certain web technologies that will be used in the laboratory sessions. First of all, before discussing the laboratory portion or the lab experiments, I shall be introducing certain concepts related to this lab. That is, certain basics that is required in order to program web technology lab. For example, I shall begin with the HTML basics introduction to some sample web programs. Then you may have to solve certain programs, design certain programs, develop certain programs, and then after that, once you are thorough with the terminologies that are used in this lab sessions, you will be allowed to move into the first lab experiment, and then so on. So it's like each session will be a very interactive session, and you will be allowed to ask any questions or comment any questions pertaining to the programs. So once you're thorough with the particular program, we'll move into the next portion or the next part of the program. So totally you will be having 10 programs, and plus along with this you'll have a mini project because it is web technology lab with mini project. So in the following slides I'll be discussing about the VTU scheme used as well as the list of experiments that are associated with this lab along with mini project details. So here is the VTU scheme for the web lab. The subject code that is associated with this lab is 17CSL77. The IM marks is 20 as well as the exam marks is 80, and we have got 3 hours of session for this lab, and the number of lecture hours is 1 plus 2 hours practical. So 1 hour detailed explanation about the concepts plus 2 hours practical session. So totally 3 hours per a week we have got. Now the credits is given to be 2 for this web lab. So let's look into the course objectives. For this web lab, the students will be allowed to design and develop some certain static as well as dynamic web pages. Okay. So the concept of static and dynamic will be explained in the following next video or in the coming video sessions. Then you will come to know as to how to develop dynamic as well as static web pages. And the second thing is they will be familiarized with client side programming as well as server side programming, and they are intended to develop some active server pages. And finally, students can learn the database connectivity to certain web applications. So these 3 are the main course objectives. Coming to the course outcome, so knowing the course objectives, what students are designed to learn, then once they have learned or completely thorough with this particular course, they will achieve certain results. That is, they will have very good understanding of certain web application terminologies, internet tools, and web services. They will be thorough in as to how to link as well as publish websites. Finally, they'll know how to design and develop dynamic web pages with a good sense of designing capability. So here uh, we are not just intended to serve these outcomes, but in addition we can achieve few more outcomes uh, pertaining to this web lab. So once we are thorough with the concepts and terminologies, it's possible for us to design an application in such a way so that it provides a good design and good web application support as well as good websites. So let's see the web lab programs that is supported for this subject code. So we have got overall 10 programs associated with this lab. The first program is given to be a simple calculator which is supposed to be designed in JavaScript. So first two programs are designed in JavaScript. The third program is once again will have a JavaScript code. The fourth program pertains to HTML. The fifth is an XML document wherein you need to design a student information and then display them using CSS, cascading style sheets. And sixth program is sixth and seventh and eighth. So three programs are related to PHP, wherein you are supposed to design a PHP program and then serve the objective. So continuing, we have got the ninth program, that is once again PHP program, which is a string based program. We need to search a particular word which starts with this letter and then it's like a string matching or pattern matching kind of program. And final program you'll have again a technology that is PHP, wherein you're supposed to sort student records based on some certain sorting technique. So overall, you'll be having 10 programs pertaining to this lab. Along with these 10 programs, you'll have a project, or it is called as a mini project. So let's see what has to be done in the mini project in the coming slides. So in this mini project, you're supposed to develop a web application using certain concepts, and then as in from the examination point of view, student will have to pick only one question from part A, and the part B is pertaining to your mini project. So you'll have two or three students who develop mini project during the exam, and you will have to prepare a report or a document containing the following, that is introduction to the concept or whatever mini project that you have developed. Following, you will be allowed to form the requirement analysis. That is, you need to give a gist of softwares as well as any requirements, software requirements as well as hardware requirements that is used for your mini project. The third topic is you need to have an SRS in the document, and then an analysis and design, a sketch or a blueprint of the mini project. Fifth is your implementation, and finally you need to test whatever project is being developed. So the report should contain these things, that is introduction, requirement analysis, software requirement specification, analysis and design, implementation, and finally testing. So you may have form a group of two or three students together to develop this mini project. So whatever you do, it's better to develop it dynamically. So that is, you need to develop dynamic web pages. This will be given more importance rather than static web pages, which I do not encourage over here. So in the mini project, as far as possible, try to develop dynamic web pages using various technologies implemented in the lab. You can use certain terms available in the web for designing the mini project.